Hey guys, it's Jules here. I just wanted to make this video talking to you guys this week about discrimination in the world today. I've had body mods, well, as much as I could, ever since I was probably about 14. I always had like my lobes pierced. I got them done when I was like 5 or 6, and I just remember like always wanting to get piercings. Like I was so into it. I just didn't know why, but I just had this need to get pierced. I'm sure all of you guys like understand that. I got my cartilage when I think I was in 7th grade, and that was like the big deal. Because where I come from is predominantly white area, like 88% white. Not that that's like any different than any other place, but it's like a lot of older white people, people who are just kind of old fashioned. And so like my whole life, I just kind of felt like the need to be this way, like to be pierced, have colors in my hair, wear a lot of makeup. Like I just felt like that was who I am. And like as I got older, my parents are like very nice people, but where I live, it's like people look down upon you if like your kid has like piercings or is like weird, because not a lot of people where I live like are modded, and not a lot of people have tattoos or piercings. And so I was kind of like always like that person at school who like had piercings and stuff. But somehow when I was 14, I convinced my mom to let me get my eyebrow pierced. I had to write an essay, and that was like my first big piercing. And right then I like realized that so many people discriminated against the lifestyle that like I thought was so normal to me. Like I would go to parties, like dinner parties with my family, and the other parents would be like, "Oh, so what do you have there?" And then they would talk about it, and then like it was just so uncomfortable because I was like, "What do you mean? Like I have my eyebrow pierced, like so what?" And I just felt like so uncomfortable, and I always felt like my mom was just kind of like, "Oh yeah, like she convinced us," and like had to make excuses for me. And like to this day, now that my ears are stretched, like I feel like whenever people ask about it, she's like, "Oh yeah, but they're bigger on the outside than they really are." And I'm like, "Mom, you don't have to like make excuses for me. I mean, like this is the way that I am. This is the way that I like choose to live my life, and I couldn't be happier. Like I can't even imagine my life without body mods, but hopefully I don't have to experience that." But so like further into my journey, I started wanting to get more stuff, and my mom was resisting, and I wasn't 18, and I was so angsty. I'm sure everyone goes through this stage. They like pierce themselves. You do so much research, but like everyone where I lived was just like telling me that it wasn't okay to feel like I should be like this. And I was like, "Okay, sorry, but like I want to look like this. I want to have stretched ears." People were like, "Ew, like that's gross. That smells. Like what are you doing?" I'm like, "Actually, it's not, and this is just the way that I feel more comfortable." And I mean, luckily, as time has gone on, I've just grown to like not listen to those people. But and like it's easier because now I go to UC Santa Cruz, and so there's like many people like this here. But where I'm from, a lot of people just didn't understand. And I mean, I felt for a long time like I shouldn't feel this way, and that I shouldn't feel like I want to be pierced, but I just like have the urge like to do that with my life. And like this is just the way that I feel comfortable. Like people just don't understand, but I'm not going to apologize. Like, when I go home, I have to take out my septum ring because I know my parents would never understand. And like when I first told them about this, they were cooler about it, because now that I'm 18, like I can go get stuff myself, and I have to admit like I've gone a little crazy. But they've been really supportive even though they don't understand. But I haven't been so lucky. Like people stare at me, or like at the airport, the lady was like, "Did you draw that on with makeup?" And I was like, "No, it's a 3D thing on my face." But so yeah, I haven't had like super bad discrimination, but it's more of like a misunderstanding that I have with a lot of people where I live. And people like my friends are like, "Oh, like that's so gross. Why would you ever get that pierced?" And like you just honestly have to brush them off, because unless it's like your job telling you that you have to do anything, like no one can make you do anything. Like you can live your life however the fuck you want. And like my friends, I'm always like, "Oh, I'm getting a microdermal," and they're like, "Oh, that's disgusting." And I'm like, "I'm not getting it for you, so that's cool for me." But the place where I have faced the greatest discrimination is with my job. Luckily, I'm 18, so I've only had one job, but I had it for 2 years, and it was at my local movie theater. And it's a corporation, so you're not supposed to have any piercings, or you're supposed to have like one piercing on each ear. And luckily my place was really chill, and so I could get away with wearing my plugs, and like I had my industrial bar in this, and then like my cartilage, but I wasn't supposed to have it, so I would usually just wear my hair like this because you have to wear it up. So I would go like this and like cuff it, and people would just think that that's like an earring because they were 2 sizes smaller than this. But yeah, it's bullshit. Like everyone would come up to me at the movie theater like, "Oh, you took out all your piercings?" Like my friends, and I was like, "Yeah, like I have to. It's my job." And like it was just so annoying all the time because I don't like taking them out, and like I don't really feel like my piercings are super offensive. And I always like was grateful that my manager like didn't really care that much and like let me get away with so much. But I mean, I do want to get tattoos, and they have like an extremely strict tattoo policy. Like not like I'm going to be working there for the rest of my life, but you know, it's difficult. Like wanting to get tattoos, you have to consider the fact that if you want a job that's going to be high paying, they're probably not going to let you have tattoos. And I mean, it is an unfortunate fact, but I mean, it's true. If you want to have tattoos where they're visible, like on their arms, like this is good tattoo placement. But a lot of people in like corporations, like they're afraid of body mods for some reason. And it's unfortunate because, I mean, piercings, you can always take them out, but tattoos, they mean a lot. They look a lot cooler, but like they are permanent. I did get my first tattoo, and I have it on my shoulder. But like even getting that, like I was worried, like, oh my god, what if I wear short sleeves and it sticks out? Like, and telling my parents, like I was so worried because I just didn't know how they would react because like we don't have anybody with tattoos really in our family, and like I don't know, they just always have to get used to like the next step that I'm doing. But yeah, it really hurts that people just judge you by the modifications you have on your body instead of your actual character, because like I'm a good worker. Like I work really hard. I'm like a loving person. I take care of my friends. I love my family. You know, I'm smart. I'm going to school, and I just don't feel like the way that I decide to look is any different than like what makeup you want to wear, what clothes you want to wear. Like I just don't really think that it's fair that there's so much discrimination. And you know, I would like to get tattoos, more tattoos, but I just don't know if I will, because like I just want to have a secure job, and like I don't know what I want to do with my life. So like I want to wait until I know. And that's just the truth of the matter, and it sucks. But hopefully what I'm hoping for in the future is that like as times get more progressive, you know, the rules will change. People will realize that having tattoos, piercings, stretched ears, it doesn't change who you are. It's just, I mean, it's just like a lifestyle choice, just like anything else. Like if you're a vegetarian, if you like to have like a buzzed haircut or something, like that's just the way that you want to live your life. And I don't know, I've met a lot of people in Santa Cruz that understand that, and I love them for it. But you know, I always do run into people who like look at me funny or think that I'm gonna be a scary, mean person just because like, you know, I have piercings on my face. But I mean, hopefully as our generation gets older, more people get used to it. You know what I mean? We can only hope for the best. But just stay true to yourself. Don't not get piercings because of what other people think. Like I used to be so worried, like, oh my god, if I get my septum pierced, are people gonna like think I'm so gross and talk shit? Like, and now that I have it, like I used to never wear it down. I would be like so awkward. Like I wanted it for myself, but I just thought everyone else was gonna just be looking at me like, ew, that's so gross. And a lot of people do tell me that it's gross. And honestly, like, I don't really give a fuck. Like, it's for me, and it makes me happy. It makes me feel good about myself when a lot of other things don't make me feel good about myself. And I think that body modification is a really positive thing for people. Like, a lot of people, it just makes them feel comfortable in their skin for once. And I think that that's what's important. And it's a shame that there's so much discrimination against it, because I don't feel the same when I take out my piercings. Like, I just feel too plain, and I just feel like something's missing from me. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. It was nice chatting with you, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye. Love you.